Okay, so I literally just filmed this video for about 10 minutes and didn't press record. So great. I made some great points, but we'll go through it again so that you can hear what I was going to say. Man, that is annoying. So I want to start this video out with a quote, and that is, "Your need for success is the reason you will fail." Now, what I mean by that is specifically talking about prop firm challenges. Now, you'll see this when I do my series. And what this quote is basically saying is your desperation to get a payout and to be successful is going to be the reason you fail an account. And I see countless traders do this where they get an account and all they want is this payout, and they force trades, they rush trades. If there's no trades for a month, they take stupid trades that they just wouldn't even take normally. And that is because they're so desperate for a payout and so desperate to be successful that they end up failing the account. Now, you see this happen more often with larger accounts because a 200k account aiming for a 6% payout is 12k, whereas if you're going for a 5k account, the payout isn't going to be as much. So you don't really see this as much with smaller accounts, but with the larger accounts, because people are so desperate to succeed and get the payout, they normally will end up failing it. And that's why these prop firms push these bigger accounts, push these bigger payouts, because they know that you guys are going to want the same. You're going to look at the leaderboard and see, wow, this guy got 150k payout, leveraging his account to the max, and obviously with a bit of luck as well, managed to get this payout. I want to do that. I'm going to strive for that. And it won't happen because your strategy isn't built for it, your psychology isn't built for it, and maybe your ability isn't built for it. Who knows? But ultimately, the larger accounts will be where this quote comes into play more of the whole, your reason and need for success will be the reason you fail. So, do you get this on personal accounts? Well, not really. And this is because of psychology, my, speciality. And this ties in very nicely to competitiveness. Now, where this quote and competitiveness meet in the middle is because when you have a competitive environment and there's everyone competing for a reward, your sort of urge to win is increased. If you think about it like the Premier League, for example, football, hopefully you guys watch it and know what I'm talking about. If you're from other countries and you don't know what the Premier League is, I'd be very surprised, but it's just a football league. And in the Premier League, they're all competing to be first, to win trophies, more endorsements, brand deals, popularity, whatever, okay? And so imagine now the Premier League without that competitive environment. Why would teams try? What is there to win? Great, you're top of the table and nothing happens. There's no status to it. There's no, flex, for lack of a better word. And it's the same on prop firm accounts. There's a competitiveness. You want to be on the leaderboard. You want to make a payout. You want to take money from the prop firm. Now, you wouldn't be taking these stupid setups if there was no payout or if there was no leaderboard, obviously, because what's in it for you? There's no competitiveness to that. And especially with social media, it's added in as well, where if you get one of these crazy payouts, your social status is perceived as higher in the hierarchy just because of this payout, which is why I always say ignore what traders show, and I'll never show, figures, amounts, because to me, I don't believe in the whole hierarchy thing. It's something called ISI. It's to do with social influence, where people believe that if someone is perceived better than them, they will do what they do. And that's why people take signals. They perceive this trader is better than them. It's known as ISI, or informative social influence. And it is just basically where they perceive them as better. They'll take their trades, disregarding everything they know because they believe they're the better trader. But that's a whole different video. My point is, where there's competitiveness, there will be a will to succeed, and that will ultimately be the reason you lose. And that's why you don't see it on personal accounts as much. You'll notice that people trade their personal accounts very, very differently. They'll be a lot more conservative. They'll be, less targets in terms of monthly goals. They might not set a stupidly high 10% target every month, more of a 3%, 4%, 2.5%, who knows. But the reason for that is there's no competitiveness. No one cares so much if you've made 3% on your £500 personal account. It only really comes into play when your personal funds are hundreds of thousands, but most people don't have that kind of capital that they trade with personally. And that's the thing, there's no competitiveness in a personal account. If you make profit, great, but no one really cares. And if you lose money, well, no one else is trading your personal account against you. There's no show off. You'll notice on social media, it will be, I got X amount of payout from prop firms. All of it's about prop firms. None of it is about, I made 2.5% consistently for a year on my personal account. I don't think I've ever seen a video like that, because it doesn't work on social media. So again, going back to the quote, your will for success is the reason you'll fail. Now, how do you actually go about and counter this? How do you prevent this from, causing any problems when trading? Ultimately, my advice would be just trade as you normally would. Ignore the leaderboard, ignore what other people are making in payouts, because you don't know how they've done that. You don't know if there was an element of luck where they were just straight gambling. You just don't know. And I know these videos don't get a lot of views and a lot of people don't watch them, which is annoying because I feel like what I'm saying them is really valuable, but unfortunately that is the nature of social media. People just want to see profits. They don't care about the thing that is most influential in their trading, which is psychology. But for anyone that has watched this video, let me know what you think of this quote. Does it resonate with you? Because I've definitely been there where I've really wanted to pass a challenge and get a payout and failed it. And that is ultimately the reason you fail. It doesn't matter about your strategy. It doesn't matter about what prop firm you use. It doesn't matter about anything, market conditions, environmental, issues, whatever. Ultimately, the reason you fail is because you want to succeed so much that you end up just disregarding everything that got you to that point. And that is the point I want to make. So trade how you normally would, and you'll be in a much better position and much more advantaged than most traders when it comes to trading prop firms. But hopefully that video helps. Let me know if you want more of these psychology videos, and I will see you in the next one.